Hey y'all, Greg McNeil here to talk about the Roland SPD-SX. We're going to have a bit more of a tutorial style video today. We're going to go over how to do basic sampling on the SPD-SX. Let's take a look. So for this video, all you're going to need is something that can output audio. So I'm going to use my Chrome tablet over here. Now let's take a look at the song we're going to be sampling today. That phrase sounds perfect to loop and sample. Now let's dig into how to do that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the levels. There's two tips I would recommend for setting the levels. First, I would recommend turning the volume all the way up on your audio output device. So in this case, it would be my Chrome tablet. Second, I would suggest turning up slightly the DI knob, which can be found on the I/O panel of the SPD-SX. When increasing the volume, you want to make it so that the level bars on the SPD-SX get as close to 100% as possible while never hitting 100%. So I've gone ahead and done this, and now I think we're ready to sample. First, we're going to go ahead and go to Sampling, Basic. So you're going to see one pad starts flashing. That's going to be your intended target. So when you actually perform the sampling, that's where the sample is going to be saved. When you're ready to start sampling, press Standby and then Start. Something to note is that we're going to be able to compress this file to make sure that the start point and the end point are perfectly in time with one another. Great, we can now preview the sample to make sure we got it. Perfect, that's more than enough. So now we're going to go ahead and edit the sample. To do this, we have the up, down, left, and right key, which can make our wave larger, smaller, or it can zoom in and out with the left and right key. This is particularly useful if you want to get a perfect stop and start, which is what our goal is here. To move left and right across the sample, you can use the plus or minus button. So I'm going to spend about a minute here making sure that the start and stop are perfectly in time with one another, and I'll get back to you guys. Great, so I cleaned up the sample now. Let's see how it sounds. So that's great, that sounds like it's going to be in time, but now we want to make sure this phrase loops, which is really useful in a live setting. To edit a pad and make it loop, we're going to go to Menu, Pad, and Mode. From there, you have a whole bunch of options to edit how the sample is played back. So we're going to change the template from phrase to loop. Let's take a look now. So now that we have our phrase recorded, we want to set up a click track so we can play live to a click. The first thing we need to do is figure out how fast this song actually is. Fortunately, there's a very easy way to do that with the SPD-SX. To figure out what the tempo is, we're going to go into Menu, Quick, and then Tempo Match. From here, we're going to input what the time signature is. So in this case, it's going to be 3/4. We're going to put the number of measures. In this case, it's 4 measures. And the SPD-SX is automatically going to calculate pretty approximately how quick it is. So after I put all this info in, it's telling me it's about 86.8 beats per minute, which makes sense to me. Something to note is that since my sample is not perfect, my timing's not perfect, unfortunately, the sample and the metronome are going to drift ever so slightly the longer that it's played. To accommodate for this, let's turn on Tempo Sync. Tempo Sync will automatically have the sample adjust to the kit tempo. And the kit tempo I'm going to set at 86.8. To get to Tempo Sync, we're going to go to Menu, Pad, and at the bottom of Main, we're going to make sure that's on. So let's hear how it sounds now with the click track. Great. So that's pretty much all there is to know about basic sampling on the SPD-SX. If you guys like this video and you want to see more tutorial styles, write down below in the comments what you want to see. Happy to do tons more content. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. See you in the next video.